Hello everyone, welcome to another learning time with Miss Blessing. I guess you are excited as I am. In today's lesson, we're going to be learning all about apostrophe and how we can use apostrophe in our sentences. Do you know the several ways we can use apostrophe? Come along, let's find out together. Apostrophe for possession. How do we use apostrophe to show possession? Let's take a look at some examples. This is Dan's yo-yo. This is Dan's yo-yo. As you can see, we have apostrophe and S behind Dan's name, showing us that the yo-yo belongs to Dan. Let's look at some more examples. This is Luke's turtle. This is Tom's ball. In all of these sentences, you would observe that we have apostrophe S behind the noun who owns whatever has been written in the sentence. So apostrophe S is used to show ownership, is used to show possession, and this applies to singular noun. We use apostrophe S to show possession for singular noun. As you can see, we have just Dan, we have just Luke, and we have just Tom. These are singular. And because they are singular nouns, we use apostrophe S to show ownership. Possession means ownership. So when we use apostrophe for possession, and if it is a singular noun, we use apostrophe S. We add the name of the person and simply add apostrophe S right after it. Now I want you to have a go at these two sentences. This is Amy doll. This is Lucy bike. Where do we add the apostrophe and the S? Pause the video and have a go. Welcome back. Did you write here apostrophe and S? And over here apostrophe and S? If you did, well done. This is Amir's doll. This is Lucy's bike. We add apostrophe S right behind the name of the owner of the thing. This is Amir's doll. This is Lucy's bike. A noun that shows ownership is a possessive noun, and it always comes before the noun that belongs to it. Over here, Amir is a possessive noun. It shows ownership, and it came before the noun that belongs to it, which is the doll. The doll belongs to Amir. So a noun that shows ownership always comes before the noun that belongs to it. This is Lucy's bike. Lucy shows ownership, and what belongs to Lucy? The bike. So Lucy comes before the noun that belongs to it, which is bike. This is Lucy's bike. Don't forget, when it is just one person, singular person, owning something, we just add apostrophe S. Let's look at some other example. John's teacup. Annie's dress. Possessive noun always comes before the noun that belongs to it. John came before the teacup that belongs to John. John's teacup. Annie's dress. Annie came before the dress that belongs to Annie. And don't forget our apostrophe S right behind the name of the noun that owns the thing. I hope this is clear. Now, what happens when it's a plural noun? How do we make it possessive? In the previous slide, we have seen that when it is a singular noun, all we need to do is add apostrophe S right behind the name of the noun that owns the thing. Now, what happens when it is a plural now? How do we make it possessive? Let's find out. Wow, we add only an apostrophe to make it a plural noun ending with S possessive. Let's look at some example. The girl's hat. As you can see, girls is plural in this sentence, and because there is already an S showing plural, all we needed to do is add apostrophe right behind the S. Let's look at another example. The pirate's ship. As you can see, the word pirates is a plural now, so all we need to do is add apostrophe right behind the S, unlike the singular nouns where we have to add both apostrophe and S. Let's look at a summary of what we have learned so far. When it is a singular noun, we add apostrophe and S. Example, John's teacup. When it is a singular noun, we add what? Just apostrophe and S. Annie's dress. But when it is a plural noun, we need to add just the apostrophe. Example, the pirate's ship. The pirates is a plural noun, so all we needed to do is just add the apostrophe right after the S. Always remember this. When it is singular, you add apostrophe and S, but when it is plural, just add apostrophe right behind the S. Well done if you understood this. Now let's look at how we can use apostrophe for contractions. We have seen how we can use apostrophe to show possession or ownership. Now let's see how we can use apostrophe for contractions. What is a contraction? A contraction is one word made from two words. The first word usually stays the same when the contraction is made. A contraction is one word made from two words. So we can have two words and then we make one word from that two words. The first word usually stays the same when the contraction is made. Certain letters are taken out of the second word when this is done, and an apostrophe replaces the missing letter. Let's look at some examples. We have we are becomes we're. As you can see, A is no longer over here, and what replaced it? Apostrophe. Well done. You are becomes you are. A is also removed and apostrophe replaces it. He is becomes his. I has been replaced by apostrophe. Don't forget, a contraction is one word made from two words. We have two words here, now we have one word over here. Why? Because the apostrophe has replaced one of the letters in the word. We are becomes we're. You are becomes you are. He is becomes his. Let's take a look at more examples. You're beautiful. Isn't she beautiful? Yes, she is. And over here you can see we have one word. You're beautiful. Let's look at some other examples. He's eating. He's eating. I has been replaced by the apostrophe. We are at the park. We're at the park. Instead of we are at the park, we have we're at the park. We have the one word instead of two words. Some contractions are formed by putting a verb with the word not. Let's look at some examples. Is not becomes isn't. Remember, we are looking at contractions that are formed by putting a verb with the word not. Is a verb, and when we add not to it, we make a contraction, isn't. Can plus not becomes can't. Do plus not becomes don't. So when we see words like this and we are asked to write the contracted form, all we need to do is take away the O and add apostrophe. The apostrophe replaces the O in the second word. So is not becomes isn't, cannot becomes can't, and do not becomes don't. Example, I don't want to play anymore. Rather than saying I do not want to play anymore, we say I don't want to play anymore. As you can see, the apostrophe has replaced the letter O in the word not. I don't want to play anymore. Remember, today we learned about apostrophe and how to use them in our sentences. We learned that we could use apostrophe to show possession. When it is singular, we add, when it is a singular noun owning something, we add apostrophe s. When it is a plural noun, we just add apostrophe behind the letter s. And for contraction, we join two words to make one word using apostrophe. I bet you are confident with today's lesson. Yes, I know you are. For further clarification, or you need to understand more, remember, practice makes perfect. Rewatch the video for more clarity, and then go ahead and create your own questions showing different ways we could use apostrophe. Create at least 5 or 6 sentences. Do you understand? I bet you do. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. And this is me saying bye for now. I'll see you in the next video. Like, subscribe and share. Bye everyone.